Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Pittsburgh Fringe Artist Chats. My name is Grant Knutson. With my group Minion Productions, I spend most of my year just helping artists learn about fringe festivals all over North America. But today we are learning more about the shows coming up in this year's Pittsburgh Virtual Fringe, including this show right here. Can you introduce yourself for everybody?
Absolutely. My name is Michael Knight. I'm the writer-director of our Pittsburgh Fringe show this year called The Fabulous King James Bible, produced by New Generation Theatrical.
That's wonderful. And I've been giving everybody a chance to do your elevator pitch, and it's just like when you're at the festivals in person and you're just flyering a line, doing the 30 seconds or less. Please come see our show because we want to get a beer and a burger type of pitch. I love those. Like hearing them, and I always like seeing what the artists come up with. So if you were to give me that pitch, what would you say?
I would say that The Fabulous King James Bible is a fast-paced, witty comedy set in the 1500s when historically gay King James I proposed a new translation of the Bible, which birthed the most popular version to date. And it's a discussion between him and his very traditional high priests as to the role of the Bible and the church in both the monarchy and in people's everyday lives. But again, it is a fast-paced, witty comedy. And really what we're trying to figure out by the end of it is why can't religion be more fabulous?
So once again, like with most great historical shows, very modern themes and very relevant for now in my mind. That's great. And it is not new. You have performed it before, correct?
Yes, we filmed it back in November of last year. And we submitted it to the Digital Fringe, the Digital Orlando Mini Fringe. So usually the Orlando Fringe does a mini fringe where it brings back the most popular shows from the year before. And this year they did a digital version, and we were able to get a cast in, follow all sorts of COVID protocols, and actually record our show for that fringe. So it's already been shown, but the nice thing is it is a pristine condition show.
That's wonderful. That's great. And they did a great job with the Winter Fringe this year down there. But that does mean, so this show has never been done yet for a live in-person audience.
Nope, not once yet. We cannot wait till we can do that. But so far, this is the only iteration.
Absolutely. And when we say they, I do want to make sure we give a little love to the other people involved. Who else is in the show?
Well, our cast is a wonderful group of diverse actors from Central Florida. We have a man named Alex Morozic, who plays King James to great effect. We have a young man named Josh Melendez, who plays the High Priest Ted. We have a wonderful seasoned actor from Orlando named Carl Anthony, and he plays Horace. And we have our friend Freddie Ruiz, who is a lovely local actor, and he plays King James's special friend, George.
Nice. That's great. The euphemisms and the historical ones are even more fun for that.
Yep.
I love it. That's great. Now, before we do our last question for there, I did notice, I believe I saw online that New Generation is also putting out new work. What was it, every week or every other week?
Every 2 weeks, yes. We have a series called Cracking Open a Cold One, where we give a writer a bunch of random, we call them ingredients. So it's like a sentence or a word or a phrase or a item. A lot of people have versions of this, and we give them these things at like 5 o'clock on a Tuesday night, and they have to turn a script into us Wednesday morning, and then at 6 o'clock on Wednesday night we get on Zoom, we record it, we read it through once, and everyone we suggest this, it's not required, but we like everyone to be a decent amount of buzzed for it. So it's kind of like so we crack open a cold one while we crack open a cold one, and every two we do this. Sometimes it's a 10-minute play. Sometimes it's a brand new musical theater song that's just written and thrown together. And it's been such a fun time. And all of our artists are paid for doing it. And we just want to get people working, but we don't want to waste their time.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I've heard a lot of people use similar ideas to that. I haven't heard people doing it regularly during the pandemic. So I just thought that looked really fun. Figured I'd throw that out despite not telling you I was going to ask about that.
Part of the fun of it is that we get our audience involved because we put it out on social media. So we ask them for the suggestions for the ingredients. So it's not just the performers who are involved. We're trying to get everybody to be like a part of creating this new art.
It's wonderful. And that leads right into my next question when we're talking about the collaborative work like this. Pittsburgh Virtual Fringe this year has, I believe, 50 plus shows. And one of the things we love about all of them, whether it's the little mini fringes or a full sized one out there, is that you can just go binge watch all day, see five, six shows that are all completely different styles, different people in there. So, in that spirit, are there any other shows you are particularly excited to see at this year's Virtual Fringe?
I have unfortunately not been able to peruse any titles. However, I can tell you that I'll definitely check out anything that is. I would love to see what Pittsburgh has to offer specifically. So I want to see local artists from Pittsburgh, and I would hope that they give us a chance since we're coming from Orlando. But I would love to see what local artists from Pittsburgh have done, and I'd like to see original shows. I love things that aren't spoofs or parodies or the musical version of a movie. I want to see something that has not been done ever before. It's somebody just wrote a script and did it for the Fringe.
Yeah,
So,
I love that answer. And that's one of the other amazing things in this mix is that at most festivals you get to see local artists and out of town artists all thrown in together, and that is amazing. So thank you, everybody. Please join Michael in that in going to see the whole list of 50 plus shows and choose what you're going to see. Catch as many as you can, and if you get a chance, maybe go see some of New Generation's twice a month crack open a cold one, because that sounds very fun as well.
Please do.
Thank you, everybody. We'll see you at Pittsburgh Virtual Fringe May 6th to 9th.